Hello. Okay, welcome to day 28 of the Bloodborne Emergency Donathon. Just give me a second, I'm just fixing things. So the bad news is that if you weren't there for the end of the stream on on Sunday, well, the stream ended off with, like, my internet cutting out, and then as soon as I got it brought back, my internet cut out again, and OBS crashed at the same time. And I'd like to say that it's working fine now, but it's really not. Whatever, it might be caused by, like, the wind in my area, which is really sucks, if, like, the bad wind... If the wind is bad enough that if the wind is somehow able to knock out the internet in my area, but that's the most likely cause. But yeah, so we might have to deal with bad internet problems. So I might have to deal with more internet problems, and if the stream does disconnect, I'll try to bring it back as quickly as possible. The good news is that my workplace sent me a new big monitor to use for my job. And because I got this new monitor, I can finally, for the first time since November, I can stream this game on a big monitor. Or I can stream a game on a big monitor. So I can, instead of having to, like, play this on the small car TV, I can actually see I could see in, like, high quality high quality, for as close as I could get to high quality for this version of the game. I can see what I'm looking at. Also, okay, so even after the stream disconnected and I had to end it a little early on Sunday,
go on.
I did go ahead and spend a couple extra minutes boosting my stats up to what y'all said I have to get them to. And so they're up to this now. These are up to the parameters that apparently they were supposed to have been at.
May you find your worth in the waking
But
world.
since I did that, I'm not going to visit these chalice dungeons to get blood echoes to level up anymore. Now I'm going to, unless I just naturally build up enough blood echoes to, like, level up. Unless I naturally, like, I'm gonna try to just naturally build up blood echoes to level up for the rest of any level ups I do. And then when I visit those chalice dungeons, it's gonna just be to get more echoes for blood vials and bullets. So since you got this, bro, I've got something, alright. Oh, I probably need to upgrade these weapons. Yeah, I'll need to upgrade these weapons. Okay. Or not upgrade, I need to fortify them so they don't get broken. I might just sell some stuff, because apparently I shouldn't be... Because apparently me trying to use any other weapons after I started upgrading these was a mistake. Yeah, welcome in. Just a little reminder that if you're wondering what this is, just a little reminder that this is the Bloodborne Emergency Donathon. So, every dollar donated, I'm playing Bloodborne with a limited number of lives, and every dollar donated will add another life. So subs, bits, gift subs will add more lives, and then, like, direct donations to my PayPal will also add more lives. And direct donations do help me out the most, because I receive the money you donate immediately instead of having to wait, like, a month and a half. So if you're able to, please consider donating, because the more donations will count towards these donation goals, as well as add more lives to this playthrough. Okay, the connection is messing up. Well, it's not. It hasn't dropped yet, but the quality of the connection isn't looking good. So. Maybe I should just sell some of these weapons if I'm not going to use them. I mean, yeah. If I'm not gonna use them, what's the point in really keeping them around? I could use these echoes to keep my other weapons maintained. Pokemon. Oh, welcome in, Pokemon Cube. Oh, Pokemon Cube says no love for the epic intro. I'm not really feeling it today. Yeah, sorry, I'm not really feeling it today. Alright, so... Okay, $4.29, $2.99. Yeah, no point in... I'm seriously considering just... Yeah, I'm just gonna sell some of this stuff, because if I'm not gonna, like, take the effort to build it up. Yeah, let me sell... Yeah, I'll sell this. And this. Alright, then let's get more... Pokemon Cube says, but you got kittens. How can you not make you feel anything but happiness? Constant internet dropping will do that. It is great that it is nice. It was delightful that Sylvia gave birth to her kittens, and they are adorable. But yeah, constant internet dropping for the past few days does sour my mood rather fiercely. So he says, Brawl gets to look the way he wants now because of the new monitor, at least. That is true, yes. Now I can act... Yes, now that whole issue I had where I was looking away from the screen, I'm not bothered by it. Also, now I don't have to use the small car TV to look at things, which is fine. I'm fine using the car TV, but it really does look a lot better when I have a big monitor in front of me that I can see everything on. Like, I'm willing to bet there's, like, quite a few really cool details. I'm willing to bet there's, like, quite a few really cool details that I missed in this game. Or, yeah, that I missed in this game. Because I was playing it through the car TV, so it was just very small. Okay, let's go ahead and start. I didn't get to fight Lawrence 2 more times before the end of the day on Sunday, or before the end of the stream on Sunday. So, but first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go and start by fighting the orphan again. Yeah, I'm going to start by fighting the orphan of Kos again. Because I've only got like 3 insight, but if I'm willing to bet if I could beat the orphan, then I can get more insight, which I can use to summon help for fighting Lawrence. I'm willing to bet that if I beat the orphan of Kos, I'll get more insight, which I can use. Which I can use to summon help again when fighting Lawrence. Now I've only got about 132 lives left. So yeah, I've only got about 132 lives left. So I'm gonna... And I have like 5 bosses left to beat. I still have to beat Gurman, Lawrence, Orphan of Kos, Ligarius, and the Amygdala. Excuse me, and Amygdala. However, if I think if I get to like 50 lives... Yeah, if I get to like 50 lives... Yeah, I'll say 50. If I get to 50 lives remaining without having beaten all these remaining bosses, then I'm just going to focus in on fighting Orphan of Kos and Gurman. Because those are the only 2 I need to beat in order to beat the game. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and dive. We don't have much time for this stream, so I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in and fight them. If the stream disconnects, I'll try to bring it back as soon as possible, but if I'm in a boss fight, it's going to be a little... I'll have to wait until after. Okay, well, that didn't last too long there. But that was my first try of the night. Pokemon Cube says, sadly, there isn't really a way to farm insight or the items that give insight, aside from some tricks you can do with chalice dungeons. That's okay. I could just try to fight Lawrence without the help, which I'm sure a lot of players do. I just don't want to. So if the stream does disconnect, I'll try to bring it back as soon as possible, but... Actually, hold on, I might record it just in case if the stream does disconnect and I manage to beat one of these bosses. I can actually have video proof that I did it. Although, yeah, it should work though. Okay, yeah, I might. Yeah, I might actually record this. I might actually record this. Just in case, if I manage to, like, if on the one time where the internet disconnects, I manage to beat the boss. That way I have video proof that I did it. So that's all fair. And honestly, even the best challenge engines to farm the inside items in are not as fast as the Blood Echo one, so it isn't worth it. Okay, okay, it looks like it's gonna hold together for right now. Okay, let me go in. I dodged right into that. Dang it. Sleep says, for the record, if you want to earn some insight, you might be able to beat Ligarius since you're significantly stronger than you were 8 streams ago. Pokemon SQ says, could be worth a few attempts at least. Certainly more than throwing your body at cost. It's kind of nice being able to take 3 to 4 hits instead of 2. It is, I'd say it's about 2 hits more. It is about 2 hits where... It's about 2 hits worth of health better. Okay, dang, I'm already down. Okay, I just realized something I forgot to do. Pokemon Master says, did you check if you can equip any more durable equipment? Is there even any, like, durability on armor? Okay, let me check to see. Oh, I need to go change my runes. Because I still have the runes that will let me give more blood echoes. I need to change my runes about. Or change up my runes. Increases all defense types. Increases defense. Visitor attacks restore HP. Visitor attacks gain blood echoes. Pokemon Master support workers, I meaning more putting better armor for your durability. Well, I'm not really sure like what works best against them, and I think I've got like really good armor. Okay, well I guess I could switch back to the Yarnum Hunter cap. And then for this, I guess I can switch to less good versus blunt and blunt and blood defense. Pokemon Master says, oh no, excuse me, Sleepless says, I think Q meant alphas with higher damage reductions. Like when you fight Lawrence, you can equip fire resist, which will lessen his damage. Okay, let's check to see. Well, if I'm fighting... Okay, if I go to fight Ligarius, I definitely want more arcane defense, so hold on, let me switch this up and then see what has the best arcane defense, and then actually go to try to fight, Ligarius again. Like, get my last few attempts at fighting Ligarius in. Well, Ligarius might also be good, might also have blood defense. Or his attacks might also be blood related, because he does throw blood skulls at me. And blood swords. Okay, that's a bit better all around. I think this is the best thing I've got here. Okay, what about here? Yeah, this is kind of the best I've got here as well. Alright, let's go see. Okay, I'm going to give this a few more tries against Ligarius, and then if I can't beat him... Yeah, I'll try. Okay, I'm at 130 lives, so I'll try. My next 10 attempts will be at fighting Ligarius. Yeah, my next 10 attempts will be at fighting Ligarius. So. Okay, now let me just dodge around all these ghost ladies. Pardon me. Ow. Uh-oh. Well, I guess let's see how well I do if one of them follows me. If one of them follows me, let me see how good I am at fighting them. Okay, nope, they did not. Oh, well, okay, now she is. We're just gonna ignore these enemies here. And go back through here. Yeah, go back over here. Okay, let me give this a few more tries, and then we'll see how... I'll see how this goes. Must be used to care as it shows flows of moves and a chance change to defense. Okay. Yeah, it's not really worth equipping. I guess I shouldn't equip the fire paper, because I mean I can't really use it with this weapon. Slave says, "Good luck. Have a time." Oh, a time will definitely be had. We should just have to, but we'll just have to see what kind of time it is. But thank you, Sleepless. All right, here we go. Okay, I could really stack up damage now. Uh-oh. die, you. Go on, die, you jerk. Yes. Yay. Yay. I did it. Finally. Pokemon Master Cube says first try. That really was all because of the level ups I did. Because that meant I could take, like, a bunch of more hits from him. Alright, finally. Okay, I remember someone told me I needed to do something after I beat Logarius, but I don't remember what it was, because that was like 20 streams ago. So, I'm sorry if there was something I need to do before, after beating Logarius, please let me know. Also, thank y'all. Appreciate the support. Where's Crown? Oh. Well, first let me light this. And sit in his chair. Crown of Illusions. Okay. One of the precious secrets of Canehurst. Now that's... now that's a treasure I could turn into the merchant in Resident Evil 4 to get a lot of pesetas. The old king's crown is said to reveal illusions and expose the mirage that hides a secret. And so Logarius donned the crown of his own volition, determined to prevent a single soul from stumbling upon the wild secret. She has a crown now. Do I need to teleport? Maybe I need to go back before I can sit in his chair. So he said, "Why you said it, stranger?" Oh, I might have... Pokemon asks, it would be worth something. Remember, this is the dream world, so what you're selling him then... So what are you selling him then as he's in the real world? Oh no, what did I do? Oh. Okay, was that the thing I needed to do? Or... So he says, I'm sure the merchant would accept Dream Treasure. Oh, the merchant wouldn't bat an eye at Dream Treasure. Also, yeah, the merchant wouldn't bat an eye at Dream Treasure. He'd somehow be able, to collect it. Okay, so let's go. So you can now cast off the helm. Cool suits of knight armor. I hope they don't come to life and attack me. What am I saying? This isn't Resident Evil 4. Those knights wouldn't actually have, like, terrible creatures inside them that would attack me as soon as I turn around.
Visitor.
Oh.
I claim no subjects, but here lieth our throne.
Damn, it's a lot of statues.
Kneel for us, or get thee gone.
Okay, well, hold on, I'm gonna explore around. So this is a surprisingly peaceful area for what it is. Just remember to kneel. Okay, well, hold on a second. Don't mind me, miss. I'm just exploring around. Unopened summons. Oh. An old sealed summons, like the first of its kind, is an invitation to Canehurst, but for whom it is not known, as it lacks an addressee. Oh, hello.
Visitor. Moon-scented hunter. I am Annalise, Queen of Castle Canehurst.
Oh. Well.
Ruler of the Vile Bloods. And sworn enemy of the Church.
then I think we'll get along just fine.
Yet our people are murdered, and we are prisoner to this wretched mask. What is it thou art in search of?
The blood. Swear oath to the vile bloods, leave. What does swearing oath... Okay, what does swearing oath to vile bloods do? Because I remember... Okay, that's right. Voltaire was like... He was searching... Wait. No, he was searching for vermin. Yeah, Voltaire was searching for vermin, not for the vile bloods, so... I don't think I'll annoy him if I swear to vile bloods. So this is... Pokemon Master Cube says Covenant stuff for multiplayer. Oh, okay. I mean... Okay, yeah, sure.
Well, well. An odd hunter thou art indeed.
Yeah, surely Brewing would swear an oath to a queen at the top of a castle full of vampires and ghosts without knowing what she's doing, without knowing what she's doing.
And take oath against the church. If thou wouldst this path walk, I prithee, partake of my rotted blood.
Okay, well I don't have to. Okay.
Very well. Drink deep of our blood.
Yeah, what am I saying? Surely Brewing would absolutely drink someone's blood. Would absolutely drink some queen's blood.
Now, thou art too a vile blood. We two, the very last on this earth.
Okay, Pokemon Master Cube says this covenant is the invasion-focused one, which is fitting for a long time. The most OP weapons for PvP is accessed through this covenant. Offer Blood Drake. No Blood Drake. Okay.
We await thy return for the honor of Canehurst.
Sleep says now you could give that letter to the dude that's hunting for this place, and then he gets to turn into Pyramid Head.
Arrant fool.
Well.
Vile blood or no, forget not. We are thy queen. Bend the knee.
Okay, jeez.
More talk to be had. We await for the honor.
That's what I get for making deals with nobility. Sleep says, and then you could resurrect the queen in the pond where you fought the Star Beast after the horde of aliens. That sounds like it should lead to like a particular ending for this game. I mean, I know that I haven't beaten one of these from like one of these Soulsborne games yet, but that feels like a big enough event to where it could be like a main ending. Okay, no. Sleep says, if it was something else, maybe. But here, nope. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Oh, Robot says, oh, beat Ligarius, I see. Yes. Yes, I did, oh, Robot. I finally beat Ligarius. But I did lose 2 more times to the Orphan of Kos. Okay, let me see what this room does. Sleep says your endings are submit to Gurman, kill the Moon Presence. It is really interesting that basically, like, unlike a lot of games with like multiple endings, where it's like you have like multiple diverging paths to go down, and that's what going down one of those paths as we arrive at the ending, at the different endings. It is really interesting that in this game, your endings are reached by either choice 1. If you get choice 1, then you have either one or first ending or second ending. Basically, each ending actually adds on to the game after the other. Like, if I choose choice 1, submit to Gurman, then my final boss fight is Murgo's Wet Nurse. If I choose ending 2, if I choose to kill Gurman, then that actually continues on to the fight with Gurman, so it gets a little more of the game. And if I go for the secret true ending, then that continues on, makes the game continue even further to where after I beat Gurman, I have to fight the Moon Presence. Several runes contain a nuance of blood, including the rune of corruption associated with the Oath of Corrupt. Playing Master says choose one, submit, choice one, submit, choice two, fight, or choice two and do the stuff before for bonus fight. So, should I really equip this? Is this rune actually worth equipping for me, or is this like... Okay, I have a bit more insight now. So, let me try... I'm gonna go back. Let me change up my equipment, or change up my clothes to, like, better protect against fire. And then I'm gonna go... I'm gonna try to fight Lawrence a few more times. So the blue runes are more multiplayer stuff. Oh, okay. So it doesn't exactly matter for me. So this is the best fire defense. Let me put that. Okay, that's 110 fire, 120 fire, 120 fire. And 70 fire defense. Yeah, I'll use that one. Sleep says, it's like choosing to be a Sunbro or anything else in Dark Souls. Ah, gotcha. I don't think when I did... Okay, when I did Dark Souls Dying for Life, I don't think I did any of the Covenants in Dark Souls 1. Okay, my skips, you do have more in the shops, though. Oh, okay. Well, I'll take a look at that. Oh, yeah, for those just coming in, so the bad news is that the weather has been kind of bad in my area, and it's been really messing with my internet, so the stream might disconnect. There's already been, like, some frame drop, quite a bit of frame droppage during this stream. If the stream does disconnect, I'll try to bring it back as soon as possible. But it might happen. The good news is, though, is that my job sent me a new computer monitor to better do my job. So, or to, like, to use at my job. And because they did, I can now, for the first time since November, I can finally stream a game and not have to display it and not have to view it on the small car TV. I can view it, I can actually look at it on a big monitor. I think this is the best I have. Okay, this is going to be her fighting Lawrence, her Lawrence fighting look. This is going to be Shirley Brewing's Lawrence fighting look. Okay, blood vials, volatile cocktails. Bloodstone. Sunlighter Strike King, Kirk Hammer, Blade of Mercy, Holy Moonlight Sword. Simon's Bull Blade. No new weapons here. Oh, Canehurst armor. Silver helmet worn by the Royal Guards to protect enemies, including the vile bloods. This paper-thin silver armor is said to deflect blood of ill intent. Well, that looks really cool. I kind of want to get that. It allows the Royal Guard to capture prey for the Blood King, so that one day she may bear a child of blood. Eee. Yeah, this looks cool. I kind of want to get this suit of knight armor. Okay, well, I'm going to use this. I can at least get... Okay, that doesn't do better for fire damage, so I'll leave that unequipped for right now. Okay, so fighting Ligarius is a success. So now I've only got 4 bosses left to fight. And again, just another reminder: if you do want to see this, if you want to give me a better chance at beating this game, and also keep some lives, give me more lives going into the next game, the next Donothon Arc 2, if I manage to beat this game, please consider donating, either through bits, subs, direct donations, or gift subs. Okay, so I'm gonna go... Okay, and now thanks to those other runes I equipped, I kind of went... For my runes, I went all in on equipping runes that would let me, that would give me more blood vials, because I'm gonna need them. Sleep says, Lawrence, Orphan of Kos, Gurman, sure, but who's for? Amygdala. I didn't really get far... I didn't get far at all in the I didn't really get that far in the Nightmare Frontier, so yeah, I didn't get that far in the Nightmare Frontier. So if I have enough lives left, I do feel I should retry. And now that I've gotten quite a bit stronger, I do feel I should return to the Nightmare Frontier and explore a little bit more, and at least try to fight Amygdala if I have the lives remaining. Like I'm asking, says Lawrence Koskar. Oh, you okay? You were asking again. So yeah, Amygdala. I haven't even seen Amygdala, but which how much stronger I am now, I do feel like I maybe have a better chance at fighting them if I were to, or getting through the Hunter's Nightmare and fighting them. Okay. 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 So I can really only do this like 3 or 4 more times. Well, actually, I've got 8 insight, so I'm willing to try fighting Lawrence like 5 more times. Yeah, I'll give it about 5 more times, and then if I don't win these 5 more times, I'll go back to fighting Orphanokos and the Nightmare, and then trying to continue. And then if I don't get it, if I keep failing at that, I'll try to explore Nightmare Frontier, and maybe by doing those 2 things, I can maybe get enough more insight to try fighting Lawrence again. So, all right, let's give it another shot. Okay, here we go. Dang it. Okay, I did get very close that time, but yeah, not close enough. I do think actually having a bigger screen is, in a weird way, it is helping. So it says rough patch on that one, but that much better than last week. Yeah, it's not just because my character is stronger, it actually is, like, partially helped by me playing on a bigger screen. Because, like, playing on a smaller screen that was farther away from me versus playing on a bigger screen, I'm now able to see Lawrence's animation. I'm able to see the boss's animations a little better just because it's closer and bigger. So I can kind of I'm kind of better at dodging their attacks. Yeah, I'm kind of better at dodging attacks just because I can see things better. Should I try and fight him? I don't think so. No, don't want to risk it. I only have so many lives left. And that's why I shouldn't have risked it. Yep. Should have been a coward. Should have been a coward, because they just pushed me up against the wall and just kept hitting me with that axe. Gosh, we're only down. I'm only got 128 lives left. Dang. Yeah, only 128 lives left. My gosh. So again, if y'all want to see this keep going, if y'all want to see me beat this game, please consider donating, because I only have so many lives left. I only have 128 lives left to beat the 4 remaining bosses. Oh. Okay, then. I guess one of them must have had my blood echoes. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back with my original plan, because it worked so much better than trying to fight them. gonna have to use up a blood vial now. Okay. Well, there, I got it back. Okay, so... Well, if nothing else, at least this stream... If nothing else, at least this stream, I was able to beat Ligarius, which means I only have 4 bosses left. So that's already making good progress. Okay, now, let me just dive into fight now. He usually starts with an attack where he slams his fist down and then pulls it back up. Yeah. Dang it, I'm getting caught in a corner. Okay, I need to back up. Here we go again. Okay, 127 lives remaining. Dang. Okay, we're a little over $75 away from the next donation goal, just to let y'all know, so. Oh. Why am I not hearing? Okay. I was not hearing sound for a sec there, hold on. Okay, the sound is working. Okay, I've got about like 3 more tries left. I've got only about... With the insight I have, I really only have, like... Well, actually, you know what? I'm willing to give it 5 more tries. I really just need to have, like, 1 insight, so... Yeah, I really just need to have 1 insight. So if I manage to have... I'm willing to let myself get down to 1 insight if it means I can finally get rid of this spicy chicken cleric beast. Oh, great. They're stuck. And now they're not. One thing I don't like about my current situation, I really am sad that I'm on Tuesdays, and 2 of the 3 streams this week are only able to be 2 hours long. It feels like I really have to limit what I'm able to. It feels like I'm really limiting what I'm able to do on stream by having to keep the streams that short, but. Hopefully I can get to a situation where that'll change. Okay, come on, Voltaire, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. he's nearly dead. Hey, he's about to die. Dang, I only have like 126 lives left, unless somebody donates. But gosh, that means well, I'll wait to start counting things down until I get to 125. But so yeah, only 126 lives left. Now, so oh yeah, I saw that. Dang, I woke up this morning to like hear that like once again fighting game fans were like freaking out. I was wondering what the heck was going on. Like there was some balance patch that people didn't like, but no. What it was is that like so Alex got released in Street Fighter 6, but his story mode basically like all the hype people had for Alex getting added for Street Fighter 6 was like removed in an instant when people started playing through his story mode, because it was revealed that Alex married someone he's known for a long time, Patricia. I was like, okay, and then we also in the same story mode found out that apparently Patricia is Alex's second cousin, and he's known her since she was a baby. So yeah, just all the I guess someone on the Street Fighter 6 dev team didn't get the memo that they were supposed to be basing him off of Kenny Omega now instead of Hulk Hogan. But dang, just like this guy was one of the most hyped characters. Like people were really excited to see him show up in Street Fighter 6 ever since like the trailer, ever since he got announced. And just like dang, in a single day with that, all that hype, all that excitement gone. Which, like, I totally get why, because gosh dang, you don't want to play, because gosh dang, nothing would, I mean, if I found out one of my mains was like, if I found out one of my mains just married their second cousin that they'd known since that cousin was a baby, that'd be, gosh, I would not want to, I'd want to stop playing that character too. This dang sucks for all the Alex fans. Oh, there are 2 points where you can focus on this character, on this boss. Okay, so there are actually 2 focal points. There are 2 focal points when you focus on this boss. Which what that kind of tells me, as I get, what that might mean is this boss actually has 2 models. A model for the lower half of their body and a model for the upper half of their body. Right. Okay. Fuck. Come on, Walter, don't stay in the lava. Okay, well I just walked right into that. Okay, so I've lost 550 lives total throughout this entire playthrough. But can rescue systems some positive gaming news. Atlas are raising their salaries for all the non-management roles, lowering the amount of overtime they let people work, making it a massive overhaul of their office to make a better work environment, and they're also looking to expand their U.S. presence by going after people who worked at Blue Point. That is nice to hear. I'm glad. Hopefully that means... Yeah, hopefully those changes stay. And... Yeah, hopefully those changes stay. And that can lead to, like, a better work environment at Atlas. I can fight. I'm willing to make 3 more attempts against Lawrence. I've only got 4 insight left, so I'm going to make 3 more attempts against Lawrence. But if I fail these 3 times, I'm just going to have to move on to doing something else. Come on. There, okay. They started moving away right before they encountered the hunter. Alright. Let's try this again. He's about to die. problems here. You gotta heal, man. Okay, better. Good. Damn it. Oh, he's dead. Oh, wait, he's still got the two footprints. Come on! Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh wait, I was still alive. Okay, that time I died. Okay, that was on me. That was on me. Okay, that was on me. I thought that last hit killed me, but I didn't, and so I stood there in despair as she just stood back up. Oh, hey, Marilyn, welcome in. You know, that's probably a perfect moment to sum up how this has been going for me. Bucky Bascu says, aside from some wariness and how Japanese companies do certain things, Japan isn't one for cutting bait at the bottom first. Most companies are cut from the top first and bottom last. As Iwata said when he and the rest of Nintendo's management took cuts to make products, make good products, you need a happy workforce, and they're worrying for their jobs. As a manager, you have failed to make a happy workforce. So, you do make a good point there, Pokemaster Cube, but it is important to keep in mind that one of the reasons Iwata did that is because there are labor laws in place. There are labor laws in place to basically like keep workers safer. Now they're not perfect. There's still a lot of problems with the Japanese labor laws, but that is one of the ways where like they do help out workers a bit more. But also welcome in, Marilyn. Hope you're doing good. Welcome to the Bloodborne Emergency Donathon. where I have 124 lives left. I have to beat... Okay, I still gotta beat Gurman. Gurman, Orphan of Kos, Lawrence... Oh, fuck. Gurman, Orphan of Kos, Lawrence, and the Amygdala, with 124 lives left. Unless anyone donates, in which case I'll have more lives. Well, it says, Lawrence, my least favorite DLC boss. I would say... You know, for me, the living failures I hate a lot more. I like the fights against Ludwig and Maria, and even though I haven't beaten them yet, I also like the fight against Orphan of Kos a lot more than fighting Lawrence. However, living failures I like a lot. Fighting Celestial Emissaries fighting through Celestial Emissaries, and then the very next stream fighting living failures, that was a pain. That was me going, are you freaking kidding? That was one of the lowest points for me mentally. Marilyn says, I forgot living failures were even a TLC boss level. I don't blame you, because the boss right after them is Maria. Pokemon Master says, probably because they have such a much better fight match than with Maria. It is a little funny that for both Celestial Emissaries and Living Failures, for both of those enemy bosses, they're both really awful, and then immediately afterwards you have a fight against a much better boss with both Abritus and Maria. Oh, jeez. Okay. So if you're just tuning in wondering how this goes. So yeah, I have to play Bloodborne with a limited number of lives. Every time I die, I lose another life. Let me see if I can. This is my strategy for getting past this guy. The coward strategy. Just let him fight the hunters. Just let him fight the hunters and get past here. Pokemon Master says, probably because the dev team realized now not very interesting but those fights are, they had to give some sort of spectacle right after. So, also, all donations will count towards these donation goals we've got. So I passed the first 6 donation goals. So I'm going to have to do a Pokemon Smash or Pass stream. I'm going to have to do a stream where I draw a character suggested by from memory. I'm going to have to play through God Hand, which I already started, and I'll be getting back to that as soon as possible. Y'all are going to get to decide the 200 playthrough, which what that means is that when I start the 200 playthrough, every stream is going to be that game until I beat that game. Then y'all donated $500, so I'm going to do Capcom Fires Marathon from Hell, and y'all donated $600, so I'm going to play The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker for the first time. So we're currently working our way towards the $700 donation goal, which if we reach that, then y'all will get y'all will get to decide new email for the channel. Now, like I always say, any donations are appreciated. Subs, bits, gift subs, direct donations are really appreciated. However, if you're not able to donate, that's fine. I totally understand. I've tried setting up things on this. I've tried setting up my Twitch channel to where you don't need a subscription. You don't need a subscription or to donate or have to watch ad. You don't need a subscription to get the full channel. But also, so just before I go in and fight here, just want to say again, so if I manage to beat the remaining 4 bosses I have to fight with live left over, there's going to be a Donothon Arc 2. So if you haven't already, make sure to go vote in the poll here to decide what you want Arc 2 to be. So the choices are either 1, a From Software Dungeon Crawler Roulette Donathon. If this ends up getting the most votes, then what I'll do is I'll play 6 From Software Dungeon Crawlers. The Kingsfield series, which is the very first 4 games that From Software ever made, and then the Shadow Tower duology, Shadow Tower and Shadow Tower Abyss, which are both they're both like spiritual successors, kind of, to Kingsfield. So, and then how it would work is, in addition to every time I die, I'd lose a life. Also, every time I die, I would have to spin a roulette wheel and switch to a random game. The next option is the Armored Core Roulette Donathon, which if y'all vote for this, if this ends up winning, then it'll be similar to the From Software Dungeon Crawler Roulette Donathon. However, I'd have 13 Armored Core games to play instead of just 6, 4 King's Field and 2 Shadow Tower games. Then the third option is the Jump Force is a Jump Force Donathon, where if this ends up winning the vote, every time I lose a life, I reduce the number of remaining lives as 1, and I have to go through all of Jump Force's story missions. And then the last one is an XCOM 2 Donathon. And how this will work, again, very similar. Every dollar adds a life every time. But if this one wins, every time I lose a life, every time a character dies, I lose a life. So every time a character from my squad dies, I lose a life. So I could end up losing like multiple lives in one single mission. So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to go vote for that. That poll is gonna run until after until I beat Gurman. And that's kind of the general, and going on to the general order for things for the remainder of this. I still have to explore a bit of the Nightmare Frontier, but basically, I need to explore a little bit more of the Nightmare Frontier because I didn't really spend much time there. And I'm going to try to get through there and fight Amygdala. I'm going to try to beat Lawrence here, who's just kind of standing there waiting for me to stop yapping. I'm going to try to beat Orphan of Cause because they're the last thing I have to beat the main story, the story of the DLC. And then after I beat all 3 of those bosses, then I'll go challenge Gurman, who is I've already beat Murgo's Wet Nurse, so I just have to fight Gurman. And once I get through that, that'll be it. That'll be the finale. Okay. I have about 2 more chances I'm going to give myself, because I only have so much insight left. And so when I'm fighting these bosses, I probably won't chat that much, but if y'all do post any chat messages, I'll make sure to read them after I win or lose. Either or. Oh gosh, I better go help out Voltaire. Okay. I thought he grabbed Voltaire. Okay, I need to back up. I'm losing off. That's using up most of my remaining stamina. Oh no. I've been consistently getting him down to this second phase. But this second phase always really messes me up. Here, dude, you gotta heal, dude. Okay, that's better. Good. Yes! Die! Die! Fighting! Finally! Gosh. I did it. Yay. I'm free. Gosh. I liked his freaking... Fucking Mascube says another one bites the ash. Okay, that's three bosses left. Orphan of Kos, Amygdala, and Gerben. Gosh dang it. Ugh. I think overall... Okay, I definitely didn't like that as much as Amelia, but... I don't think I liked it as much as the Cleric Beast either, oddly enough. Like, Lawrence seems like he's got more lore importance. Lawrence... Lawrence seems like he's got much more lore significance than the than the non-spicy variety Cleric Beast. But like going on that bridge and then that giant this giant deer wolf skeleton thing jumping out at you is it's one of the moments you see in like all the promotional material for this, because it's a really big moment. So fighting that again, but it's got fire attacks this time. It is unique. It is a unique way to bring it back, but I don't think it was I don't think it hit as hard as actually seeing the Cleric Beast for the first time. Okay, what does this rune do? After repeated experiments in controlling the scourge of beasts, the gentle embrace rune was discovered. As when it should fail, the embrace became a forbidden rune. Those who swear this oath take on a ghastly form and enjoy accentuated transformation effect, especially while wielding a beast weapon. Okay. Pokemon Rescue says, go for Amygdala next, I think. Kos will drain your lives badly. Well, I want to try fighting Kos at least Orphan of Kos at least one or two more times. See if I can somehow beat 3 bosses this stream. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can get some more of that Canehurst armor. Since I beat Ligarius earlier this stream as well. Ooh, I can get the helmet. Okay, and I'll need a lot more. You know what? You know what? Sure, I'll go back in here. I'm gonna visit here one more time. I'm gonna visit here once. That should get me more than enough blood echoes to get those pieces of armor. All right, and let's try. Pokemon Rescue says, Orphan, you will want physical armor and decent arcane and bolt resistance. I figured at least the physical attacks, but yeah, I guess I'll look into arcane and bolt resistance as well. Okay. That should be more than enough. Alright, we've got less than 30 minutes left in the stream. I'll be back on Thursday for another 2 hours of Bloodborne, and then I will be back. I'll be back on Sunday for 6 hours of Bloodborne. And I'll spend the rest of these on just getting more blood echoes, or more blood vials. Okay, first let me see what this full suit of armor looks like. Hey Scorcher, welcome in. So for those just joining in, I managed to beat 2 of the 5 remaining bosses I had to fight. So I beat Ligarius, and I beat Lawrence. So I've only got 3 bosses left I have to fight. There it is. Hey, Scourge is nice on beating Lawrence. Thank you. That's a pretty neat looking suit of armor. I like the fluffy mane it gives Shirley in the back. And the tattered cape. Alright. So let's see what's better suited for. Okay, this actually has the best physical defense. Yeah, best physical defense. I think this just might... Oh, wait. Okay, this does actually have... How the heck does bandages wrapped around her feet do more damage than the greaves, than the armored greaves? But oh well, whatever. No, I'm gonna equip. Okay, I'm gonna equip these. I don't care. I know that the bandages wrapped around her feet have better defense, but I don't like the idea of Shirley Brewing having to walk barefoot throughout any of this place, throughout any of Yharnam or the Hunter's Nightmare. Okay, we've got like 2 more. Yeah, I've got like 2 more lives remaining, or not 2 more lives. Excuse me. I've got like 124 lives remaining, and I've got 3 bosses I need to fight. So I'll try to fight Orphan of Kos like a few more times. And then when I start on Thursday's stream, I'll go back to the Hunter's Nightmare. Yeah, when I start on Thursday's stream, I'll go back to the Hunter's Nightmare and I'll explore around there a bit more and try to fight him again. Yeah, that's a really good looking suit of armor. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna give it... We've only got 10 minutes left in the stream. 10 minutes left in the stream, so let me do like a few tries at fighting Orphan of Kos. Let me see if I can beat them. Gosh dang it. Oh my gosh, okay. I felt like I was doing alright there until they got me with that 4-hit combo. Sleep says, I was doing alright until I wasn't. Ain't that just the way? Dang it. I thought I was still far enough away from that. Thank you for the raid, whoever just raided. Welcome in. Oh, what the heck? Uh-oh. Oh, what the hell? Oh, not the jumping attack! Great. Okay, I've got enough time to give it one last try, but but unfortunately I can't really stream that long tonight, so Secret Response says, you got this? Oh, well, I got Well, I got a faceful. I got a giant bladed placenta slammed into my head is what I got. So he says, isn't his cape majestic? Sure. Yeah, welcome in. If you're just tuning in, this is the Bloodborne Emergency Donathon. I'm playing through Bloodborne with a limited number of lives, and every time I die in game, I lose a life, and I have to beat this game with a limited number of lives. Now, every dollar donated to the stream, will add more lives. So, if you're able to sub, give to sub, donate bits, or donate directly to my PayPal, please consider doing so, because in addition to helping me out, it will also count towards our donation goals and add more lives to this playthrough. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to go vote in the poll for what the Donothon Arc 2 could be if I manage to beat this game, because I'm getting near the end of this, and if I manage to beat this with some lives remaining, I'm going to keep this going into another Donathon with the remaining lives I have. Second Respawn says, love to hang, but I have to go. Good luck, bro. Thanks, Second Respawn. Have a good night. Thank you for the raid. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give this one more... I'm going to try give Fighting the Orphan one more try. I'm going to give Fighting the Orphan one more try, and then and then that'll have to be it. Win or lose, that'll have to be it for the night. And then when I get back on Saturday afternoon, when I come back on Thursday afternoon, I'll start by revisiting the Nightmare Frontier and trying to get farther in there. So, I've only got 2 bosses left I have to fight. Or, excuse me, 3 bosses left. I have to beat Orphan of Kos to complete the DLC. I have to go through the Nightmare Frontier and beat Amygdala, who I haven't even fought yet. And then after I beat those 2, I'll challenge Gurman as the finale of this. So, and I've only got 122 lives left, which sounds like a lot, but this stream has only been 2 hours and I've already lost 10 lives. So, Okay. Alright, so that means I've got 121 lives left, and we will have to call it there for the night. Yeah, I'll have to call it there for tonight. So, thank y'all for tuning in. Be back on Thursday with another 2 hours of Bloodborne. Glad that I was able to finally beat at least two remaining bosses I need to, because that means I've only got three left I have to fight. And let me go see who we could raid. Okay, Midnight Sumo is live. Ed Bosco is live. Henya's live. Sue says, Brawl, I hate to say it, but you can only have one more 2-boss night. Darn? I'm sure, you know what, I'm sure that my heart will move on. Yeah, you know what, we'll go raid Midnight Sumo again. Alright, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a good rest of your night.